Hello, this is Light and Bone Tarot, and we are doing a reading for what they would say to you if they could. So this is someone you have a connection with, someone you really like and care about, or whatever the scenarios. This is someone that you would want to know a message from. And yeah, it may very well be a reading about love. My gut tells me it's going to be. So yes, let's get right into it. We have these four, they're oracle decks. This is going to be part of your message. Very cool with this crow. They kind of have like a dark message, which I like. And we have these four stones, really, which is how you're going to pick what pile you want. So this would be pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. I don't actually know the names of all these stones. I know that this is jasper, but that's it. So pick your pile, whatever jumps out at you. It's your reading, and I think it's going to be just a very insightful one about this information you want from your person or someone, like I said, that you deeply care about or have feelings for or have like an unsure status with or whatever it is. Yeah. Jump to your pile, and that's your reading. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Pile 1, you picked this, goodness, if only I could tell you what it was, but this is your pile, this is your reading, and you're going to get a message. And the title of this, what this reading is about, is what they would say to you if they could. So this is a message you're going to get from someone, and I do think it's going to go towards someone you have probably like romantic feelings towards, or you have just those kind of feelings towards. So let's get right into it. This is their vibe to me. Yeah. And so this is whoever your person is. Let's just start with this message right here. And fear. And I did say that these cards do have kind of like a dark theme, but I like that because they're not like these like toxic positivity messages. They're a little heavier, and I do think they just carry a little more weight. So I like that. I like the fear here right out the gates. It can mean so many things, but this is something they're feeling or projecting or experiencing. So if your person is standoffish right now or kind of distant or like checked out, somehow fear is connected to that. I am going to get into some oracle here, but I want to jump in first and foremost into some tarot. And I want to see your person, like where are they right now? Like, who are they right now? Kind of like what's going on to them? What's their space that they're holding right now? And let's see if that tracks with fear. And yeah, we're going to get there. So we have the Magician, which is pretty positive and empowering. We have the Knight of Swords, which is also kind of cool. And we have Justice. So these three cards for their vibe, their energy, their space, there isn't anything here that makes me think of fear in a relationship. In fact, these are it's a pretty empowering message. I think they feel very much in control. I feel like they are in action. The Knight of Swords, it is an action, but it's like a mental fortitude, like moving towards something. There isn't actually a fear at all between the Knight of Swords. It is a complete opposite message. So this makes me think that like in one aspect of their life, they're absolutely charging ahead. They're like blazing a trail for themselves. They're doing exactly what they want to do. They feel that it is exactly what they should be doing. Almost like this no apology, almost like a no fucks mindset here. Like they're going to do them, maybe at any expense, but this is their vibe right now. They are completely moving forward with something that they want to do, and they feel completely justified in doing it, which is fine, and that's great, and it sounds like they're confident and they're doing their thing. But I don't entirely get the fear card popping up here, so I'll have to find out what that means, because the fear now could be something to do with like maybe commitment in a relationship, maybe how you feel about them, how they feel about you. There's going to be like something else here that they're afraid of something, and it doesn't even, I don't want to put it all on you. It might not have anything to do with you. It might be a fear of like, well, there's a million things. So let me get a little bit more on, I want to see your guys's, like where things stand with you guys right now. Maybe whether you realize it or not, like what's your guys's energy towards each other. So we have the High Priestess, and we have Eight of Swords, and King of Wands. So you guys, The King of Wands this is action, this is passion. I like it. The High Priestess, I definitely get this depth, this mystery, but also this care. And then this Eight of Swords is trying to think how I would attack this. 1 second. When I see the Eight of Swords, I do tend to think of someone who feels trapped or kind of like beholden to something. This, like someone's in a place where they kind of got themselves and yet they don't necessarily know how to get out of it. There is a sense of not exactly loving your current situation, and it's a card of thought. It's like, how can I handle this? How can I think my way out of this? Like, what's my strategy here? When I look at your guys' dynamic in these three cards, it's actually, to me, it's quite positive in the sense that I absolutely think there's communication. I think there's passion. I think there's connection. I mean, we've got the mystery. Like, we have all the pieces here of what I think seem like a healthy and interesting and like fun dynamic. There is a piece here with the Eight of Swords that it's a little bit darker, it's a little heavier, and that might be the thing that leads to fear. This fear card, it's almost like if they wanted to tell you something just looking off of this, maybe they're afraid to, I don't know, maybe they're afraid of commitment or like being in a relationship because of something that happened in the past for them that made it like, I don't know, maybe it was toxic or they had like some post-traumatic issues from it, or they watched their parents go through something. I don't know, but there's like this piece that makes me think there's something that they're taking with them that's like hindering this. And it might even be like this preconceived notion that like something could work out, not work out the way they wanted it to, or I don't know, but like there's almost this fear. It feels like something they're holding on to, like something they're choosing to hold on to. Like they could just let this fear go. They could, I don't know, go to counseling and get through it, or they could choose to like see you as a different person. But the Eight of Swords and the fear go together. And I do feel like this person, I think they're in a great space for themselves personally outside of like a romantic dynamic. I think they're doing great. I think you love this about them. I see a bunch of positives with you guys together and how you function. And yet there's this little piece of fear. Like maybe they're getting out of something big and they just don't know if they can do this right now. But there is something holding them back. However, I will say this thing, it's like they're feeding the fire here. They're giving energy to this that I don't think it necessarily needs. And I'm sure you can feel this. I'm sure you can feel like how unnecessary this piece is for whatever reason. So just, yeah, there is a sense here that I understand, because it's like, I think everyone's met someone or some partner or some kind of dynamic where everything's perfect except the one person just can't get out of their head for whatever reason, or can't drop something. Let's see what do they want you to know? I'm going to turn over a couple cards to find out what they want you to know. It's kind of a message, like what they would say to you. We're getting there, but this is like what they want you to know about them or what they're going through, basically. So we have Knight of Pentacles, which to me is incredibly hopeful and kind of caring, and Page of Pentacles. So it's really, I would say they are absolutely trying to build something. This person wants to put down the foundation. They don't want to fuck anything up right now. They don't want to, and I actually see a message here a little bit more clearly. They don't want to put an emphasis on a relationship or anything that's going to pull them away, I think, from the big picture. And I think the fear here is that if they were to lock into something with you or start something or whatever, that it might hinder or like inhibit what it is they're trying to do or need to do. Because the Page of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, it's just such the beginning of like a very serious, like, I'm doing this and nothing's going to stop me. And the fear might be that if they, more than just like if they're, let's say, with you, committed, that they won't put the time or the energy into this. It might also be like, as a result, I won't have the, like this safe and stable ground to, I don't know, buy a home or start a family or afford the things I want or take care of my family or whatever. I just think there's a lot behind this that has to do with like money and success and stability. And I really think the piece here, as far as like you guys as a couple in a relationship, seems pretty solid. Like you guys seem to have something, whether you're together or not, there's something here, but this is definitely, it is a fear of theirs. So now I want to see how we can like get a message from them. I mean, this is a pretty strong message, but we're going to get more of a specific message, and then we'll even see how maybe you can help or how you can really like what you can contribute or what you can maybe do differently to kind of alleviate this fear. And I feel like each pile is going to go differently. Usually I follow a little bit of a pattern in each pile, but this fear thing is unique. So I want to find out, I'm trying to think here, like how I want to do this. I'm going to ask what, and this is going to be an oracle card, what would help this person, like what would alleviate their fear? And then I want a message of what they would say to you if they could. But yeah, this is going to be like an oracle card that is probably going to be fairly positive. We'll put a dark spin on it. But it is going to be what you could do, what would help this fear. I wouldn't say alleviate it entirely because I think it's just time and trial and error for this person, but let's find out like what could help lessen their fear. And this is potential. And it's a weird one. I'm not exactly sure what to say to that. I have to think about it for a minute. I feel like it's just a very obvious message. What would alleviate their fear is truly understanding and seeing and knowing, which I think they do, your guys' potential, where this truly is going. Maybe you guys haven't had enough conversations about like where this really, like what shape this dynamic relationship would take if maybe they think you want more from them than you do. And that's kind of this 8 of Swords card. Maybe they feel a little bit trapped. And I'm not saying trapped as in like, oh, they have to be faithful or they have to like be home every night by a certain time. Like, I don't mean like that. I mean trapped like they can't get out of this. Like this is like they're signing up for this whole thing and they're just spiraling about like, well, if we do this, then it's going to turn into this and this and this. And you're like, look, I just want a baseline commitment. Like we don't even have to talk about a year from now. And maybe there is like, if you guys developed more of a big picture without, I almost feel like there's something here about a piece of communication that's missing because I think the fear could be talked through. I really do. I think you guys have great communication in a lot of ways. I think there's a lot of passion. I think you guys might talk a lot like when you're in like a more kind of like loved up zone. But I think like the harder, more intense conversations about like where you could be going and how that would look is at like what the potential is for you guys to really make it. I think that's what this person needs to see because right now they might just see a relationship that's fun and kind of functions well and feels good, but like, is that enough to make certain sacrifices or to like structure things around? This person definitely does not want to let go of this direction, this path that they're on. They really, really want to succeed. They want to provide. They want the home. They want to feel stable. I feel like stability and doing it on their own is everything for this person. And maybe you suspected that, but there is definitely, there's a strong piece here with that. Okay, I'm going to ask Spirit we're going to use this same deck, and this is going to be directed towards you. And I want to know like what, I don't know, what's a message from Spirit about like how this can work? Like what's a message from Spirit just to take to the table in this dynamic, given everything we know, like what can help? And I have no idea what we're going to turn over in this card, but this is about you. And we've got Scavenge. There's kind of like a scrappiness to this card. There's something kind of like, it's like getting dirty. It's searching. I like the feeling here because I feel like for you, it's almost like there's this independence piece. There's this part of you, like this person almost has to know that you can do it on your own. You're going to be fine. You can absolutely provide for yourself. You are crafty. You are like, you're fine no matter what. And I kind of like the scavenge piece makes me think that like this is a survivor. This is very much an independent vibe. Or also like if it's also kind of a message of like, you can help this person in the beginning. Like you don't have these exceedingly high expectations right away that things are going to be like perfect and look and feel a certain way. And that could also be the fear too. Like maybe this person knows this is a long road they're working down and they can't have anyone or anything getting in the way to this end goal. But I do think with scavenge, it has something to do with you showing them like you can do whatever you need to do on your own. And there's a big independence piece here. And I honestly think that will help them. I hate to say see the potential in you because they like you. They really do like you. That you are mysterious to them. They honestly can't fully understand you, but maybe this is the part about like if you guys communicated a little more, I don't want to say intentionally, but you communicated about things that were like topics that you're bringing up and like almost checking these topics off. Like I think you would be less of a mystery. They would see you a little more clearly. And I do think that's important. And they'd see your potential. There's a little bit here about how they see you. And I never want to I don't want to put that on you because this isn't about what you should change or what you should do differently. I think at the very most or least or whatever, you might be the one that needs to start some of these like potentially awkward or intense conversations and just let them know like where your head's at and that you are perfectly obviously capable, but like interested in kind of forging your own trail and doing things your way and taking care of yourself, and that a partnership would be amazing, but you're not counting on them for everything. Because I do think that is kind of a fear here. So, okay, what's their message? I have to think about how I'm going to do this because I do have cards with words on them, but sometimes those words are like so specific that I don't want to like turn over, get a massage, and like that's just not going to make any sense. I'm going to turn over their message. I'm going to turn over a tarot card and then one card with words and just really hope it tracks. Okay, here's their message in one card. Page of Cups. So there is so much of a communication here. And I honestly think their message, what they would say to you, this is almost like them asking you for the communication. They're like asking you to bring forth your thoughts, your feelings, your concerns. Like, I think they really want to see you. Like, they want to see you in color. They want a different level of you. They want more of you. They don't, this high priestess, this part of you that is mysterious and kind of unknown. And although it's ultra feminine and ultra sexy, but I don't question that piece is there. And I do think you guys have some of your best conversations, like when you're lying down together, and that's awesome. But I think there's more that you guys need to develop. And I honestly think it would alleviate this fear, because maybe this fear comes from, a dynamic he saw in his parents and he never wants to repeat that. And he's, terrified it would go down that road with you or whatever. There's so many different things. And I already feel like I've said a few things that don't meet each other, but they're different options, such as what I just said, or like him really wanting to establish, I don't know if it's a guy, establish themselves, professionally or whatever. This is them asking you to communicate with them and speak up and bring those issues or those questions to light. That's really it. They want to see this piece of you, and this piece of you would be the potential. And I honestly think it would knock out the fear. So this is your reading, which is, it's positive. It's really positive, because I see your person as being actually quite positive, incredibly driven. I think they're a solid person. I think they're actually a very good person. And the fear piece is actually, it shows me just how much they care and how intentional they are and how bad they want to do things right. And right by them and right by you, and also by them. And I love that they're looking out for number one, because the most important thing for all of us. So I really like this piece, and I think they just want to see you like in high def. Like they want more of you. They want to see you. They want to understand you, and they want you to open up. And there's probably, quite frankly, a big vulnerability piece here as well. If you feel like you haven't been vulnerable with them, or you're not like opening up or sharing parts of yourselves or your fears for that matter, I mean, there's a message there too. Like, have you been sharing your fears? Are you so concerned about them? Or I don't know, there's a lot here. So obviously communication is the thing to unpack. I'm going to turn over this word card. If it makes no sense, we'll wipe it away. But like, here's a gift from spirit, let's say, and make necessary sacrifices. You know, do what you will with that. I don't know what that means. I really don't. And I don't want to bore you with trying to figure out what it means. But if I just take 10 seconds and think about this, what would you be sacrificing? Oh my God, I don't know. I'm so sorry. Sorry to end on that note, but I love your reading. I love the message here. Everything was like incredibly clear to me. And then I turned this card over and and you know what? It's my fault because I made a joke of it before I turned it over. Like, let's see what this will be. But I stand by this message. I think it's strong and intense. I hope you like it. If you did, please comment. Let me know. Don't be afraid to be the first person to comment, like, subscribe, interact in any way you can. And I'm just really happy that you're watching. So thank you so much. Goodbye. This is Light and Bone Tarot. Thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. I appreciate it very much. So thank you. This reading, it will probably be about love and relationships. I always feel like that's where, if I leave it up in the air, that's where it heads. We'll see. But this is what they would say to you if they could. So very likely going to be like someone you care about or are with, like romantically or linked to somehow. So this is a message from them and what they would say to you if they could. So this is kind of like them in a card, their space that they're holding right now. And it probably pertains to what they would say to you. But this is them, and we've got exposed. And I like exposed. There is absolutely a vulnerability piece to this. There could be a little bit of a fear, but there is definitely this, like, almost like they're allowing themselves to be seen. To me, this is very positive. It doesn't look so positive in the card, but it is this like, see me, I kind of want to be seen. So this is sweet. Like, I hope you're feeling this person, because so far it feels like this is a like they want something from you kind of feeling. So let's see. And if you're not, feeling this person, that's fine. But my gut tells me you are, and there is a huge sensitivity like chip here. Okay, I want to see this person's, just where are they right now? Like their energy, their space, their vibe. Let's see them. Page of Pentacles. We've got Wheel of Fortune, and we have Seven of Wands. So I am trying to think here. There is this excitement here. There is this like, I almost feel like this person, they're fighting for something. And that's, to me, what the Seven of Wands card is. There's a fight there. There's a message. There's a like standing their ground. I'm trying to put this together with exposed because I really am feeling something here, but it's actually, I feel like it's layered and it's a little bit heavy. Like this is someone, I feel like this is someone who very much knows themselves. This is someone who I think is very grounded, who's kind of like tapped in. I think this is a very good person. A little maybe chaotic at times, but like wants to be balanced. Like this is a person who needs to be balanced. They definitely seek also, they like their adventure, and I think that's a little bit of the chaotic piece, but there's like, for some reason, I don't think you guys are together right now or really communicating much right now. I don't know if you like sent this person away or if you're the one that stopped communication for whatever reason, but I will say that whatever it is, they want you to see them. It's important to them that you see them. It's a strong message here. And I think they're holding their ground somewhere. They're standing strong. Like they're open to change. They're open to, I think, like working with you or like evolving in a way if it's something you really want from them. But maybe they feel like you didn't exactly see them, or maybe you've been a little bit like stubborn in understanding them or like hearing them out. But they are very much, they're holding their ground, and you need to see that, and you need to understand that. But there is a vulnerability piece here. So it's not just them saying like, look, I'm not like, I think they would completely like bend and work with you if you just, it's almost like there's a guard you have to put down, or you have to come to them in a way. There's something here that I can't quite put my finger on, but I think you know it. It's like there's an action you have to take, and we'll turn over more cards and see how this tracks or how this plays out. But there is like, they're almost already saying, I need this from you. I want this from you. I want you, but like, you have to understand this. You have to see this. You have to do this, whatever this is. Okay. I want to see you guys, like your together, the space you're holding, your energy, your dynamic right now in 3 cards. So we have 2 of Swords, which is, you know, not amazing. 3 of Swords. Oh, Jesus. Rough waters, and the Star. Okay, the Star is positive. We'll get to that last. 2 of Swords and 3 of Swords. If this is your guys' dynamic, it's pretty brutal. There's definitely pain. This is like the official card of heartbreak. It doesn't mean that like your heart's shattered, but I think there's pain here. I think there's pain because I think you guys really do care for one another. I think there's actually, when I look at this big picture like this, there's a lot of love here. There's a lot of something like intense here. It's almost like you guys were climbing something together, like working towards something, almost at a point in your relationship or your dynamic that was like pretty intense. And now you guys have like either plateaued or rolled back, like something happened. There's this like 1 step forward, like 10 step back kind of feeling. And it hurts, and someone's hurt. And there's someone here has been like, I feel like there's a stubbornness piece. There's someone who's not like bending or conforming, but in a way that they should, not like someone's mind is being a little bit closed off, I think. But yeah, 2 of Swords, it's like there is a decision to be made. There is something needs to be set in stone here. Like there is absolutely a move and a decision that has to be made. And I think both of you are thinking on this. You know this. There's intense thought going towards this. The Star, I love that the Star is here, and it is very positive, and it offsets this. Like this tells me the backstory, and even the 3 of Swords, it's here to say like you guys really do care about each other. I mean, this whole reading is like one giant message that like this person, you affected them. Even if you hurt them, I'm not saying you shattered their heart or broke their heart, but I think you definitely affected them, and you did hurt them. They seem very strong. They do seem very stable. They actually seem like a lot of fun when things are working out. Like when you guys are vibing and you're doing your thing, I think you guys really enjoy each other. And I think there's this sense of adventure between you two. Like you guys push each other. I do think you guys are both very like open-minded, and somehow whatever this is, this issue, this piece that's like hard to move past. I don't know. I think it's just one little stepping stone in your guys' whole thing. I see a history with you guys, and I see a future with you guys, to be honest. So that it's very positive, but there's an absolute heaviness to this card. I have to say there's a weight on this reading that I feel, and I can't put my finger on, and I want this to work out for you guys, but there is a weight here. But the Star is very, very, it's uplifting. There's potential here for you guys to really make this work, but I think there's a lot of give and take from both of you, and there has to be this intent. Like you have to both want this, and I actually think there's a big sacrifice here from both of you. Like both of you have to drop something, do something differently, look at something from a different angle. There's just, the star to me is very much each one of you having to do something a little differently, but it will bring about just a new perspective. There's absolutely a new perspective coming your way. But there's decisions to be made, probably tough conversations that need to be had, and something to do with this exposed card is really here. Okay, I want to see what your person, I'm going to turn over what they want from you in a card. This is an oracle card, and let's see what do they want from you? Because there's something they really want from you, and it's coming up in the exposed card, but I want more of a message behind it. So let's see what we have here. Flow. Let me think about that, because trying to think how flow ties into this message and how this is something that they want from you. There's an ease here. There's a peace. There's quite literally like a going with the flow. Maybe you are holding very tight to something, or maybe they're holding very tight to something and you guys have both dug your heels in. But there's something and even with this Wheel of Fortune, like the wheel, it has a flow, it has this kind of consistency, this fluidity to it. And I think there's this kind of almost like this evolution that needs to keep, there's more work to be done. And I think one of you, or you, because we asked what do they need from you, you need to flow. You need to ease up. You need to, I want to say chill out, but not in a way that offends you. It's a new perspective. It's an ease. I want you to try to ease into something. And somehow that is going to help this whole dynamic, if this is what you want. There's something very peaceful and calming about this card. It just there's a tranquility, and they need this from you. So maybe this means something. I'd love to hear about it if it does, but I don't want to, try to talk about that too much. But I also want to see, this might help in a card or two, what is going on with this person? Because I am even struggling, I need some clarity here. I need to see them a little more clear. I want to see them in just two cards, and here we go. We've got the Emperor and the Six of Swords. I wouldn't be surprised if this person's a little difficult right now. They might be asking a lot of you in seeing them a certain way. Maybe you've actually seen them change. Maybe you've seen them move into a whole new mindset or kind of direction, or almost when a career starts to take off and it comes with a whole new set of responsibility and obligations and working hours or traveling a lot. I do feel this person is really doing them right now. And I see for the first time that they might actually be asking a lot of you. I think the Three of Swords, the heartbreak and the decisions, there's a lot on you. I think you're hurting too for different reasons, but I think you're hurting too. And this might actually be hard for them to see and understand. But I do feel there's a little bit more on you. And even with the flow card, it is asking a lot of you. I do see that. I definitely think, and I like your person, and I stand by the fact that I think they are very good, but it's almost like they're going through a slightly selfish kind of episode or time. I do think they need to go through it. I do think it's important to their growth overall and success and the direction they're going. And I think it's good. I think it's going to lead to good things. It's all part of their growth and their evolution. But I do think they're trying to kind of drag you on this path that they're on, and whether you go down it or not is, your thing. But I see that there's a lot of complexity here to you guys, and it's way more than one reading about what they would say to you if they would touch on. But I do think you guys, it's you're the couple that could absolutely make it. You could go very far. I think you know each other very well. I do think there's a very intense connection between you two, but I also think it feels like you're right on the brink. Like it could go either way right now. Like shit could easily hit the fan. You guys could both check out. This might feel like way too much. You might feel like you've been trying to see them for a while now and they're not seeing that you're seeing them. Like I just think there's a lot here that could almost make your person borderline irritating. But if you can get through this and like keep climbing, as I said earlier, and like one step, more steps forward than back, I think things could be pretty good. Like you would hit a sweet spot. But I don't know. It's like your person needs a little bit of a mother right now too, which is kind of irritating. But I don't hate them for it at all. So I really feel like what your person would say to you, let's get to what they would say to you in a card. And I'm going to get a quote card too, which we totally blew it on the last reading with the quote card. But I'm just going to get one card to say, like, what would they say to you if they could? And could be like, if they had the strength, if they had the courage, if you did this, what would they say? Like, let's just see what this message is. And it's 6 of Cups. And this is a card of happiness. This is a card of simple pleasures. This is a really sweet, actually loving, caring card. And if their message to you is 6 of Cups, if this is something they would say to you, I actually think they would say to you that you make them very happy. You make them very happy. You make them feel safe. You make them feel like a child in a very sweet way, which again goes back to this kind of like, I do think they look at you as, there's a small part of you that they treat like a mother, which might be a perfectly fine dynamic for you. I'm not knocking it. I think there's a piece of that in every flippin' relationship. So fine. But maybe it's, maybe it's just this person. They need to be coddled or cared for a little bit. But I do think they really, really, like it feels like home when they're with you, and you make them very, very happy, but in a very like beautifully simple way. You know what I mean? Like it's like what everyone wants. So I don't think they can say this to you right now directly with a word, because there's too much other like static. But just know that you do really make this person happy. And if they give you the impression that you don't make them happy, or that you're stressing them out all the time, or that they just need so much from you and it feels taxing, like just know that they really, really do appreciate you. And also I think there is a message here of appreciation, and almost like they need you, like there's this need, like I think things could be really good with you guys. If this person matures a little bit, I think they need to take care of themselves a little bit more. And maybe with the Emperor card, they're getting there. They're definitely doing what they need to do for themselves, but I think some personal work and growth is in the cards for them as well. But this message is very, very sweet. It's very sincere, and it can absolutely be like romantic, but there's a very beautiful component to this. And I think with the Flow card, they love seeing you happy. They love seeing you relax. They want things to just find their flow. They want you guys to find your flow in this relationship. And that is a very like happy, chilled out spot for them. And I really see you guys doing this. If this tracks and if this message like helps you or makes you feel good, I hope this reading helps. I'm going to wrap it up here in 1 second. I'm going to get these. It's like a quote card. We'll call this a gift from spirit. And, I don't usually interpret these, but take it with you, because usually they're, super random, like change tracks. No idea what change tracks means. I don't think it has anything to do with like changing. I don't know what it means. I don't know what tracks means. I think they're meaning like a music track, like new song, new, I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's new outlook. Maybe like whatever piece of this dynamic that's been playing out, like switch it up, do something different. Like this is go with a new flow. I don't know. But if it means something to you, great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. I think the rest of this reading was like actually quite sweet. But your person does have some work to do on themselves. And I think with the right support and love from you, that they can do it. So let me know if any of this tracks. I would love to hear it. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever feels good. Or actually, please do those things. I need them. And I hope to read for you again. Thank you. Goodbye. 3. This is Light and Bone Tarot. Thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. This is basically a relationship reading or someone that you care about or you love or you want to be with, you have history with, whatever. But this is like a message from that person you're thinking of right now. And this is what they would say to you if they could. So I don't know why they can't or why they aren't, but we very well may get into that. But okay, this is going to be like your person's vibe, their headspace, just the space they're holding. And this is distraction. I don't know why they're distracted. I usually get a feeling though, but they are distracted. I mean, they could be distracted for quite a few reasons. It could be someone else distracting them. And I don't mean like someone else that they're like, you know, sleeping with or anything, but it just could be, I don't know. I'll have to get more on this because I feel like there's a feeling here, but I don't want to dive into it because I'm often wrong off the first card. But let me get some tarot and see. Yeah, I want to see where your person's at right now, actually. I want to see, quite frankly, their headspace in 3 cards. Because the distraction card has me a little split. Let's see. Okay, so we've got 7 of Wands. That did just come up. Okay. Queen of Pentacles and 9 of Swords. Okay, I think I like where this is going better. Your person is digging their heels in. They're working towards something. They're like fighting their fight. This is definitely an action card of like them. There's something they feel passionately about, whatever it is. It could have nothing to do with you. It could be like work. It could be where they want to live or a project they're working on in their house, but they're definitely like fighting for something. And it probably has something to do with the home or work. In other words, I don't necessarily see it be like related to like love or relationships. It could even be related to like family, but they're occupied. And actually this fits the distraction card that just clicked for me. Yeah, I think there's something going on with this person. Like I hope like fighting a good fight for something. They are distracted. They do have this piece they have to solve. And the Knight of Swords this is a heavy card. This is anxiety. This is nightmares. This is kind of like, it's not a great card. I think they're very stressed right now. I think they're anxious, and it could be over finances, a problem with family. It could be like so many dynamics, maybe of like a past relationship or divorce or something. I don't know, but like there's definitely an anxious piece here. Your person is very distracted. And when I said it was someone else, it's interesting because I didn't think like, oh, this person's cheating on you, or even if cheating is applicable or not. But like, I didn't think there's someone else I don't think they're distracted by someone that they're like loved up with or like. It's almost like they're distracted with someone that they don't like, that is kind of like a thorn in their side or an issue that's like very unappealing to them. In other words, I don't think this is like a healthy distraction that they're like excited about something. It's something that's taxing for them. It's something they're working through and kind of like fighting in a way. And yeah, I feel like that could have a lot of different applications, but and I really want to say it has nothing to do with you. You're just here. And I don't know actually what space you hold in this relationship. I guess I want to see your guys' dynamic in 3 cards, because right now I see your person as being, I don't know if they're, okay, I can't see how they feel about you at all, actually. I'm getting nothing about you in this reading. This is all about them and the other thing that's distracting them. So I really do want to see your guys' dynamic, and that'll help with the message. So 5 of Cups, which is, well, not really the card I wanted to turn over. Ace of Swords, I'll take that. And the Hangman. Okay, so your guys' dynamic, if I'm getting this right, I think there's potential here. I think you guys have absolutely talked about what things could be like, or you've at least talked about things that like you have in common, and you see that there could be something here for you guys. Because I don't think, frankly, that you guys have, let's just say for the majority of the people watching this reading, I don't think this is someone that you're like in a 3-year relationship with. I think this is someone that you almost want to start things with, or you started things and then they like fell off the rails. because I think this person has a lot of other things going on. I think they're very distracted. I think it's almost like they've been distracted since they've met you, or this has been like brewing and now it's like a full on, it's kind of them right now. Like, I feel like this is very much their energy and their space. It's not like a little piece of what they're going through. It's like, it's them. And it's hard on them, and it's just very real for them right now. Ace of Swords. So yeah, positive. I do think there's potential for you guys. I think you've talked about it. I think you've thought about it. I think you kind of like get this little spark between you when you guys like talk, communicate, see each other. Like, there's a lot of potential there. There's a lot of spark. And I think there's a lot of like chemistry between you guys. Like, I really think there's this like static energy that you guys can just feel like something's there, but I don't think you either have dove into it, or if you have, I think it was like a flash in the pan because this is their world right now. And I do think the dynamic between you, the Five of Cups, it makes sense. It is kind of, I don't want to say like sorrowful, but it is this like a little bit of it's there, but not a lot, or a little like maybe you'll have a great night together or a walk around the park or coffee or whatever, and it's great, but then you're right back to like, okay, but this person isn't. It's like they're just not available. They're really, I think they're unavailable on many different levels. I hate when readings don't go exactly how I would think I would want them to go for me. Like, I don't want to say your person will never come around. I don't see anything about them not liking you or not feeling you. I actually really do think they feel you. And I actually think with the Hangman here that there's this sense of almost like things really could be something. Like, this could go somewhere. It's just some shit has to get sorted. So it is this like, I don't want to tell you to wait, but it is a feeling like this really could be something. It's just, things have to happen. And I don't think this is on you. It's not something you can fix. It's not something you can work on or solve. It's a process, and how it plays out, the time frame or what it will look like, I don't know, but I will acknowledge that I think there is something between you guys. I think there's potential, and something very real potentially, but they have their thing. Let me see what this person needs from you. And honestly, my gut feeling is it's going to be something like time or space or support. Let's see. But again, this person, like, I really get that they like you, but I almost get this sense of like, if there could be a timeout for X amount of time, and honestly, it might just be like a week or 2 weeks. It doesn't have to be like 3 years, or maybe it's 2 months or something. Like, maybe the new year is going to bring in like the energy and the space for this, but I do feel like there's this like, okay, things just have to sit for a minute, but, there could be a much, much worse message here. Trust me. Okay. Let me see what they need from you. And this is opportunity. So, all these cards that I pull over in the Oracle, like there's like a vague message here. With opportunity, I do think of like, give them the chance to give them the opportunity to fix this. And then they can work on this. So I do feel like there is a bit of like a timeout, a piece here, like a minute, a beat. Like, they need the chance to. That's the best way I can sum up this card. And if I get another message off of it, which I'm kind of like thinking, I want to find another message off of it, like something maybe a little more positive or more like, because opportunity has a positive message. But the card is, there's a stillness here. There's like, I really think they need the opportunity to, and then it's fill in that blank, but it does have something to do with like fixing this top line. And I do think there's a little bit of time, but this. And if you're watching this and you're still watching it, I think this is probably tracking pretty spot on for you right now. I think it's pretty and if it is, we're going to find the message from them, because I guess, let's say you really like this person and you want things to work. Let's find out. Actually, I'm going to ask Spirit. I don't think I've did this in the other readings. I'm going to ask Spirit for some input. Like, what does Spirit have to say? Like, what's Spirit's message to you? What does she want you to know? Let's put it that way. And let's hope it's something hopeful. What does she want you to know about this, or where you, I'll get the right message from it. 3 of Wands. Okay. And I like this. I like it a lot. and King of Pentacles. I actually really like this. So here's what I'm getting from Spirit's message to you. The Three of Wands is like, it's action. It's almost like manifesting. It's looking out on this like vast horizon and being like, I'm doing this. This is my plan of attack because this is what I want. And it is this, it's going after what you want. It's sizing up the situation. It is, I really think, okay, I do think this is a message from Spirit because I'm going to combine it with the King of Pentacles, which to me is very much like a provider, a father, a husband. This is a strong energy of someone who's like stable and all in. This is like the husband energy that, for relatively speaking to this reading, this is also like the Steve Jobs energy as well. But like in this reading, this is like that stable, it's the stable head of the household kind of vibe. So I would say that your person has potential here. I think there's someone who wants things done right. They want to take the time to do it right. I don't think this person likes messes, in the sense like all the little, there can't be loose ends. And I think up here, these are the loose ends. This problem has to be solved. If they have tension or like chaos with someone else, it's got to be, they're not going to move into a new relationship until everything's cleaned up on the back end. And I really feel like your person has the potential to be a great partner, a great boyfriend, whatever you want them to be, husband, father, whatever. Or I don't know, I put the male energy on it. It doesn't have to be a male, obviously. But like, I think there's potential here. And I think that this message from Spirit is saying, look, your person's going to go after what they want. If they want you, they're not going to lose you. They're going to go after it. They're going to find a way to make it work, but they absolutely need to solve this problem. So I think this is very, very positive. If you like this person, if you see something with them, if you truly want to be with them, it is going to take time. I do think there's probably a little more, it's not even ick, it's like a pain, a little more that you have to endure. There is a time piece here, but I do think this person has great potential, and I think they go after what they want, period. And to that point, if they don't want you waiting around, if they don't think that this problem is going to get solved, or this issue, or this whatever, if this door isn't going to close, they're going to let you know. That's also in the Three of Wands. They're not going to just like, they're not going to have you in this hangman status forever. They will let you know, and then you'll have to just do what you will with that. But the message of them letting you know isn't the message I'm getting. It's more of like, this person goes after what they want. They could very well pursue you with the same like fortitude that they're giving to their cleanup project right now. But yes, they are distracted. They do need time from you. They do need the opportunity to do one thing before they can move forward into another thing with you. And I am going to stop talking on all this, but I'm going to turn over one more card. This is what they would say to you in a card. So with this tarot card, I'm going to find their message to you, their words to you. Yeah, because I think I can feel your person pretty good. And we have Queen of Swords, and I like this a lot. This is them saying, look, I'm an honest, stand up, straightforward, straight shooting person. I'm honest. I am astute. I am truthful. Just know that if I'm going through something, it needs to be gone through. If I'm handling something, it has to be handled. If I'm like distracted, it's because I'm doing exactly what I have to do to clean up a mess. I really think this message is to you, and it's very positive. And again, I'm not going to tell you to wait. I'm just going to say that this person is saying, look, I'm worth it, and I'm doing what I need to do and what has to be done because it's the right thing to do. And on the other side of this, there could be a lot. So I don't think this person's going to say to you, I'm doing this for us. I'm doing this because I want to show you that like I'm worthy, or we could be something. I don't think they could ever say that. And I don't even know that they would yet until things were more cleaned up. But this is them saying, I am a stand-up person and I do the right thing. And I just want you to know that I act like with good intentions. And if I'm distracted right now, it's because I'm handling this. But it's also because they want you to see that they wouldn't be having you in all this if they didn't really care about you, or I think even really want to be with you. you know, like it's not easy to have someone on the side when you're dealing with something like this. And by dealing, there's a cleanup here that's happening and it's very distracting. It would be much easier if they were like, look, I'll talk to you in like 6 months when like the dust settles. And honestly, that could happen. I don't know, but this is their message saying, I'm doing what needs to be done. Just hang in there. Okay. Again, I don't want to tell you to wait, but I am getting this kind of hang in there vibe. And I think your person's, I think they are a straight shooter. I mean, at least I hope they are. I hope I'm getting a good read on them, but I'm getting this very much like they are fixing a problem they're doing, and they can't even enter into something or be in a serious relationship right now until this is addressed. So yeah, see them through this distraction era. And I think you're going to have something very different and very rewarding on the other side. Okay, I hope you liked this reading. This was a fun one, actually. And I just have to say, like, as a little caveat, I'm not telling you to wait for this person. I'm not telling you to not wait for them, but I'm also not telling you to wait for them. Like, you have to do what feels right. Okay, I just want to leave it there. And this person would never ask you to wait for them, but I feel like in this weird way, they're asking you to wait for them. So very conflicting messages from me to you, but also from your person. Anyway, love this reading. Hope things work out. Like, subscribe, comment. I would appreciate all three. Thank you so much. Goodbye. All right, this is Light and Bone Tarot. Thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. It's always an honor and a pleasure, so thank you. This reading has been really interesting. This is very likely going to be about someone that you feel like a romantic connection with, or you have that kind of a connection with. I feel like it's a love slash relationship reading, or someone that you like want to be with. So that's where all these have been headed. And this is about your person, whoever that person is right now. It could be like the person who works at the coffee shop, or it could be someone you've been with, or whatever. Think about that person, because this is their message to you, and this is what they would say to you if they could. So we're going to figure out why they can't or why they aren't, and what that message is. And this is their space right now. This is their headspace. This is part of the problem. And this is anomaly, which is really interesting, because it's very like, there's a feeling that comes off of this. I don't know. And it could go so many different directions, but it's like, why does your person feel like an outcast? Why do they feel like maybe they aren't seen or understood? There's this standout. There's something here that makes your person there's something unique about them, but it's almost like, I have to get more cards, because this is an energy that feels potentially heavy. And I don't want to speculate until I have a clearer thought of it, but there is something like, okay, I just want to try to put a word with it. It's almost like they've battled something. They're different for whatever reason. I don't know. I mean, it's like they could be on the spectrum of autism, or they could be like freakishly smart. I don't know. There's something that makes them a little more, they stand out for a reason. And I don't know if everyone knows it. It's not like the whole world can see it. I just think it's something that anyway, okay, let's not speculate anymore. Let's get into some tarot, because we're going to get this totally dialed in. I actually want to see your person. Like, I want to understand this card more. Like, I want 3 cards to see them. Like, why are they an anomaly? Why? And there's almost this like pity piece behind this. Like, they're having a pity party, or they feel like a victim. Like, there's that energy too, which I don't love. And I think that's what's throwing me off, because I don't want to like paint them with that brush, but I'm getting that piece. So let's see. Let's understand this a little bit more. Okay, 3 of Wands, 4 of Swords, Justice. So to better understand this card and this dynamic, the 4 of Swords is definitely like, there's a rest here, there's a respite, there's taking a time out. It's kind of like doing what's needed to do. The 3 of Wands to me is like, it's almost like looking out on a vast horizon and sizing things up and being like, I want this. And Justice is an interesting one. It's funny, the anomaly card, because I look at this, I don't know why I get there's something here that just jumped out at me, like something with like luck or fortune. I don't know. It's almost like your person, I don't know, did they win the lottery? Did they win something? And obviously, if more than like one person is watching this, not everyone's person won the lottery. But like, did they get some kind of luck? Did something fortunate happen and it actually turned into like something stressful for them? Like, are they now really trying to figure out what direction they're going? Are they worthy? Do they like where this is headed? It's like something's almost been bestowed on them that they are now trying to deal with. And the anomaly piece here, it's weird because I'm going to kind of backtrack. I don't necessarily think it's them that stands out. It's something that, it's almost to me, it's something you can't see. I'm going to say that. Like there's this, for whatever reason, something's happened to them or they've experienced something that is very rare. And I mean, this could even be like a near-death experience or like something that sets them apart silently from the rest of the crowd or the majority of the people. And this has kind of like, it sent them into a little bit of a spiral. I think they're really trying to contemplate things now. I think they're really, I don't know if they're trying to figure out what the hell they're doing with their life, if they're trying to find the purpose in life, if they're like getting super religious, but they're definitely going through something. It's not negative what they're going through. In fact, I think it's quite positive, but it's their journey, and I have a feeling you're tired of hearing about it. There's a piece here that this person is, when I said playing the victim, I guess that could fit because it could fit, but it's almost like they are playing the victim when they have no reason to. Like, I'll be honest, they're annoying me a little bit right now, and I don't quite know why. But this has nothing to do with their message for you. I don't know. This is so flippin' specific that if you picked this pile and none of this tracks, then I'm sorry, pick another pile. But let's see where this is going because it always goes somewhere. I want to see why you're here asking about this person. I haven't asked this question in the other three piles because I can't understand. There's something I can't quite get about this. Like, I don't think this is someone that you're in love with and want a message from. I think it's someone you might be like all in a fluster about them. But if that's the case, I don't think you know them that well. Or I think you think they're like very great and wonderful, or they have like you captivated somehow. Like maybe you think they're more special than they are. I don't know. But okay, I want to see why you're here for this person right now. 8 of Wands. Okay. 6 of Wands. Queen of Wands. Wow, that's a lot of fire, a lot of passion, a lot of wanting. Why are you here? What is this? What's going on with you guys? It's like this person, I feel like they've captivated you somehow. I feel like they've almost put this spell over you. I feel like you think they're different than everyone else, or something that has happened to them makes you think they're special or lucky or unique somehow. Like, what is it? Okay, I'll stop asking the question because you're here for answers and I'm trying very hard to and I think there are things that I want to put with a word, but sometimes I question because it can get so specific that I do hope one day to have a large audience and I don't want to lose everyone with that very specific reading. But it's like this person has you like twitterpated somehow and it just doesn't seem to fit the bill. Like, I can't see why you want a message from this person, if I'm being honest. I can't really see your person. I can't get a read on them. You, however, you seem like you're on your way to something. You seem like you're incredibly passionate. I think you're very artistic. I think you're doing something that you love. I think you're successful. I think you, like, if you want something, you go for it. I think you travel a lot. I think you're like you seem like the total package. I can't place your person. I can't honestly see what you see in them. And maybe there's something anomaly-ish, I don't know what word to use there, about them, and you think they're different than everyone else as a result of it. I'm not sure, but okay. I need some input from Spirit here. I want to see your guys's, what is it that you guys have? Like, what's your dynamic? What do you have? Because when asking, why are you here? It left me more confused because you seem so amazing. You seem like the dynamic one. You seem like the one that brings everything to the table. And you seem very like turned up. Like there's something intriguing about you. People want to be around you. People gravitate to you. I don't know. You're just seen. You're special. You're actually quite special. Maybe you're the anomaly here. But you do feel like the anomaly. Okay. I need to ask Spirit, what's this all about? Give me some info, Spirit. Okay. So we've got the Lovers and we've got Three of Pentacles. I mean, this is just going to be an oddly specific reading, so my apologies. The Lovers card, we could take this so many ways, but it's always going to come back to the fact that, like, I think you guys do like each other. I think there's something here. I think you had something. I think you maybe saw each other as being, like, even though it maybe didn't make any freaking sense, like the perfect fit. I think there was something here, and I'm not saying I don't love it, actually, but there's something very different about you guys, and there's something I might learn to like your person more, but you guys just seem very different, and I hate to say it, but it's like you seem too good for him, or them, sorry, I'm interested in a him, so I just naturally go to that pronoun. Okay. Three of Pentacles, maybe you worked on something together. Maybe you actually got to know this person with like a hands-on project. I feel like it could be something to do with your line of work, but I feel like somehow you got to this person, you guys got your hands dirty together. And it was fun and it was exciting. And maybe this was kind of like the bond that connected you. And maybe for you, this felt totally different. Maybe that's what the anomaly is. Like maybe this person presents so differently than anyone else you've ever dated. And maybe they don't check all the boxes, but they seem like they do. They check half of them. I don't know. But I just realized that this is not a reading about your guys' dynamic. And I apologize because I've really kind of gone off the rails here a bit. But there's a reason. I'm just trying to get a feel on this because I really do want to get their message. Like you're here because you want to know what they would say to you if they could. So there is a 100% a message here. And I'm getting to it, but I had to for whatever reason, I had to hash through all this to get to your message. I don't know if this person has left you because they think you're too good for them. They don't think they're good enough for you. They have to figure their life out, or maybe something, I don't know. Cause I feel like I sing a different tune in the beginning. I don't know. There's so many things here, but I want to get the message. And you know what? Maybe I tell you a message and that's all you needed to hear. Maybe this reading was only halfway here for you, and that's okay because what we need is that message. That's what you're here for you. What would they say to you if they could? Okay, well, I'm gonna get there, but I'm gonna ease into that. I want to know what they want from you. Really, with this message, what they would say. What do they want from you? You guys are in each other's lives for some reason. And there's something that they want you to know that they're not picking up the phone and telling you. Which seems like such an old school term. What do they want from you? Okay. Community. I don't know if you're not accepting them or if they... God, I do feel like you're accepting them. I feel like you're the one person that really, not the one person, but I feel like you really see them. I think you really care about them. I don't know what the community thing is. There's something, like they want to be included. Oh, I need more. Why does pile 4, why'd you do this? I feel like usually pile 4 is pretty spot on for me. I'm always pile 4, I've got this. It's my 4th go around at this. But this is a weird one. And I honestly think when I get readings like this that are so hard for me to pull in, I think it's because there's confusion from the seeker. Do you not even know what you want from them? Did you push them away and you don't even want to talk to them, but you want to know what they would say if they could? there's something here where it's like there's so many mixed messages. But then the Lovers card came over, and I think, okay, is there, like, what is this? Okay, this is a tricky pile, and I can't tell you how bad I want to just like start this reading over, and I'm not going to, because it's here for a reason, and I'm going to stand by it. This person wants to be accepted somehow. They want to be let in. They want to be a part of your group, a part of you, a part of your world. It's like they just want to be incorporated. Maybe they've always been shunned somehow. Maybe, I don't know. They want a piece of it. And in the beginning, when I said like maybe something lucky happened to them, I don't know that I feel that so strongly anymore as this evolves. But if that tracked, then I said it for a reason, 100%. But I see, as we get into this reading more, I see you as being like the very driven, focused one, and they're just trying to find themselves. They're trying to figure out their direction. And I do think they're working towards it, but at a much slower pace. And yeah, somehow they stand out in a way that doesn't feel amazing. Okay, let's get into this message, because this is why you're here. What would they say to you? What would they say to you in a card? What would they say to you? I'm going to turn over this card, and we might need one more. Queen of Pentacles. I think, so the Queen of Pentacles, to me, this is very much like the Empress card. There's a lot of like, this is like the Earth Mother, the Earth Goddess. This is someone who is just so like lovely and sensual and caring. It's so feminine. It's so luscious. Like, it's such a beautiful card. And I would say, if they could say something to you, it'd probably be that they see you as the Queen of Pentacles, that they see you as this very like just ultra feminine kind of beautiful being, this caretaker, this like not necessarily provider, but like someone who can just make them feel good and who can make a home feel like a home. And I don't mean to like put so much emphasis on like a woman being like a caretaker or a homemaker, but it is that kind of a vibe in a card. There's just this motherly, nurturing, loving, but also very feminine and like very like sensual piece to it. So maybe you don't want to hear this from them. Maybe you're not trying to have this kind of a relationship with them, but you really care about them. Maybe you have blocked them, or you're not taking information in from them because it's too much, or they're too much for whatever reason. But I do think they want a lot from you. I do think this is someone that maybe you had something with at one time, and it's just like, I can't feel that you're into this person, okay? I can't. You seem like you shine so bright. You seem so cool. You seem so dynamic. You seem so active. Like, there's so much about you. I do think you're the Mother of Pentacles, and I can't get it in these cards. And you know what? Maybe maybe this pile isn't really about like love and relationships. Maybe this isn't even about like someone that you love in that way romantically. This could be about like a friend that you've lost, and maybe you guys thought at one time you had a romantic connection and you didn't, and you know, and everything kind of like just checked off from there. I'm not sure, but this is a tricky reading for me. It has honestly been challenging, and I know I hear myself. I've taken it in a lot of different directions. If this is your first reading with me, please watch another one, because this one is tricky. But if your dynamic with this person feels completely like all over the place, tricky, you can't even peg it, you liked them once, then they liked you, then you didn't like them, and now you're not talking to them, and you want to know what they're thinking, like, then that's why this reading is like that. That's all I can say. But their message to you is incredibly positive. It's incredibly kind. It's incredibly it's just a very beautiful message. So if all you needed out of this was to hear that like they kind of like love and respect you and see you, then yes, that is 100% the message, or what they would say to you, that they see you as this very kind, gentle, nurturing, lovely being. So I feel like the most important thing I've said about this whole reading, I said in the last minute, because there's a chaos here, and there's a sense that you're truly amazing and that this isn't really your person or your fit. And that whoever this is, I don't want to say that they need to be in your life, but like, I don't know, something tells me you guys have run your course, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a distant cousin, whether it's like a lover, I don't know, or someone, but there's a sense of like, you guys have moved on and this person will be fine. And maybe they just want acceptance from you. Maybe they just want like that, like for you to accept them somehow. I don't know. I can't get it. And I am sorry for that. Truly, like it's rare that a reading is this kind of bizarre, but I am going to stick with it. And I hope you liked this reading, and thank you so much. And like, subscribe, comment. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Goodbye.